For division with fractions, I like to think of the phrase keep, change, flip, keep, change, flip. So you keep the first fraction, you change the division and multiplication, and you flip the second fraction. However, when you have a mixed number, you want to make everything improper fractions. So the 8's not a fraction, so I'm going to make it a fraction by putting a 1 under it. We want everything to start out as an improper fraction. To change this mixed number to an improper fraction, you keep the denominator and then you go around. Keep the denominator and from there go around this direction. You multiply. 5 times 3 is 15, and then you add. 15 plus 3 is 18. Now I'm going to do keep, change, flip. So you keep the first fraction, you change the division and multiplication, and you flip the second fraction. Now multiplication of fraction goes straight across, so at this point I can actually separate the numerator and the denominator with a big fraction bar. Now anything on the top that can be simplified with the bottom, you kind of want to do that. It just makes your numbers smaller. So 8 and 18, those are both even numbers, so I can cut them both in half. So half of 8 is 4, and half of 18 is 9. It just makes your life a little bit easier. Okay, so in the numerator, 4 times 5 is 20. In the denominator, 1 times 9 is 9. So 20 over 9. If you want to change that back into a mixed number, you still keep the denominator. 20 goes into 9. It won't go in evenly, but you want to get the closest. So 9 times 2 is 18. So 20 goes into 9 2 times. That's 18. 9 times 2 is 18. But we had 20, so there were 2 extra. So that goes up top. So 2 and 2 ninths. Okay, so again, change everything to an improper fraction. The first one, keep the denominator, multiply. 6 times 10 is 60. Oh, sorry, I don't even know why I wrote that. 60. And then add. 60 plus 5 is 65. Divided by this second one is not a fraction, so you've got to put a 1 under it. Now we're going to keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction like it is. Change division and multiplication and flip the second fraction. So it's going to be 1 over 5. Multiplying goes straight across, so I can go ahead and draw my fraction bar straight across. Okay, 65 and 5 can be simplified. You can divide those both by 5. So 65 divided by 5 is 13, and 5 divided by 5 is 1. So now that that's simplified, we can go ahead and multiply. 13, just a second. Sorry about that. 13 times 1 is 13. The denominator, 6 times 1 is 6. So that's the improper fraction. Or keep the same denominator. 6 goes into 13 2 times because 6 times 2 is 12. But we had 13, so we had 1 extra, so that goes on the numerator. So 2 different ways to write the answer. Okay, on the next one, it's not a fraction. The 5 is not, so put a 1 underneath it. Divided by, keep the same denominator, multiply. 6 times 3 is 18, and add. 18 plus 1 is 19. Now, keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. We're going to multiply straight across. There's nothing here that can simplify with the numerator and denominator, so just go ahead and multiply. 6 times 5, 5 times 6 is 30. The denominator, 1 times 19 is 19. Or, to write it as a mixed number, keep the same denominator. 19 goes into 30. Well, 19 times 2 is 38, so that's too big. So it goes in 1 time. So 1 times 19 is 19, but you had 30. So you had 21 left over. Nope, sorry. 11 left over. I was right to begin with. I was doubting myself. Okay, 11 left over. 21 would have been too big. Okay, so let me test that. 19 times 1 is 19. Plus 11 is 30. Okay, good.